Deeply Awake, Kathy Beck, Chats, 2017. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this. And yes, I'm in my jammies. I'm doing these really on the fly in the morning, but I'm finding it very helpful because I can see that this is the sort of the leaping off point to something brand new. And as such, it requires documentation, and it's good. So here it is. So what I'm beginning to realize really, really clearly, whoa, and then being given object lessons about is it's really completely up to me being responsible for my energetic environment now. And that my energetic environment is actually me. I was given an opportunity yesterday to be in the same structure, in the same situation, with the same person in a completely polar opposite my situation was polar opposite. The person I was seeing, unchanged. And I saw how previously when I had seen this person, I truly, honestly, I physically put myself in the place where I was the low person, and I felt, and I didn't really realize it until today, until, seeing that I was sort of like that creature in Lord of the Rings who's like all twisted up and gray and slimy and has big ears and is kind of creepy and is saying, "My precious, my precious." But I like that metaphor because that little scary thing had in its hand everything. The gold ring. But that's how I felt. And I was very subservient. I was laid low. And then yesterday when I was in the same situation with a different energetic environment, I was more effective. I communicated better. I wasn't suspicious. I didn't have an edge to me. All right. So what I take from this is something important. I feel like the work that I've done is laid the stage. And I get to walk on that stage, and I get to determine what populates that stage and what stories are being told. And so let it ring through the halls of history when I say, I will henceforth be around those who I feel are supportive and indulgent to me. This is a trend. It's not a flash in the pan, oh, well, you had a bad day, I hate you, you're gone. It's not like that. No. It's a feeling. And once that feeling is struck, I could say, well, then it's a done deal, you can do whatever the hell you want. Not true. Not true. I conduct myself with great responsibility. And I'm glad to see that I want to take on more. It tells me that the DNA is set. The octave of the 44 is the 8. And that implies great balance, but it also implies divine manifestation. Eternity, infinity. Much that's inexpressible, but known intimately to me. And it's mother's milk. So I get to be responsible for, and what does that mean? It means that if you walk onto my stage and you pretend and you say your lines, But all you can do is knock things over, come up to me and punch me in the chest, and then tell me that you love me some more. You exit. Stage right or stage left or stage center, but you exit. Get your shit together and you can re-enter the play, sure. But this play is one of redemption, peace, joy, simple pleasure, revelation, hallucinations, laughter, humor, music, poetry, art, healing, Gaia. And it's becoming more and more and more evident. If you're not in that place, boy, do you stand out. And it makes me sad because I just think so highly of most everybody I meet. I see their stories, and I see their pain, and I see their suffering, and I see their limitations, and I see their struggles ahead and their victories ahead, and I see them, and I love them, and I'm judged, or I'm turned from, or not liked, or reacted against, and that's what I need to. For me, that's what I don't need anymore. I need to have people who are integrated, and they run. What's in the inside is on the outside, and what's on the outside is on the inside. Thankfully, I have that. I have friends like that. They exist. I don't have to be alone. No. There are people as authentic and genuine and well-trained as I. And they're my friends. I get to choose how my stage is set, what props, what great stories of ultimate release and realization. I can do that with this yammer, or I can do it purely. And I'm just getting more and more happy with just being okay with being pure and purer and purer. And I'm only speaking for myself and members of a certain tribe now. But I don't care. We have every right to talk. I don't have to qualify this stuff. For those who are in deep misunderstanding, let them be. People who are in deep misunderstanding break things because they're angry a lot of the time. They break things. I did when I was in misunderstanding. Well, alrighty then. Let's move on. Because I'm not in misunderstanding now. And the things that I don't understand, I ask for counsel on. And I'm getting it. What I've been experiencing the last couple of days is just well beyond anything I've ever experienced before spiritually. It's just like full on. The guidance and the it's magnificent. If you walk into this story, into this play, and all you can do with your immense power is to cast a net of fear, dread, limitation, moralistic judgment. No, it's just it's not. That's the wrong play. I think that's down the road. There's a playhouse that features that. You can go to a movie house and see a horror show, or a documentary, or a romance. You know, pick your story. This is mine. I'm a walking master. I've spent many years, decades, being a healer. And there are things that I have done that you wouldn't believe. But I do. I know. And I'm only now just sort of letting the sun come up on who I am. And taking responsibility for who I want around me. So yes, I get sad when I can't be around people I really, 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 really value and like. Because what they offer me is stuff that just, in my play, it throws everything off. Because then we're having to do lines about, I don't know, stuff that we were discussing like way before, and it doesn't fit anymore. It was part of that, but now it's not. Now it's different. So I get the picture of a stage that in a big, the auditorium is dark. I can see there are red velvet seats, and the stage has got the hardwood stuff, and it's really pretty. It's dark, except for just this one square. And there I am. And then the lights come up on the stage, and I can see that it's more circular. And I can do anything on it that I want. I can tell any story I want. Any feeling. Because the point of a play is not the story. The point of a play is that you walk out different. Because you've witnessed someone become something different. Something that they wanted, something that they needed. Maybe it was self-forgiveness. Maybe it was forgiveness of others. Excuse me. Maybe it was coming to terms with whatever big thing. The human drama, boils down to a few things, after all. So, yeah, it'd be really great if people love like I did. They weren't afraid like I am. Not afraid, but it's not like that. Obviously. Look at who we have in the White House. So, yeah, I'm at the octave of the 8. Yep. And to me, that's just a door. This just means a door's open. Once you get to a certain point, everything's available. It's not like you have to, I'm on the 7th hierarchy of the 9th doodad. Now, pretty soon, if I'm smart enough and I listen to my guidance enough, I'll get to the 10th level of this other doodad. And then, whatever. It's not like that. Open the door, and it shall be given to you. Knock, and it'll be given. Knock, and the door will be open. Ask, and you will receive. It's like that. And sometimes when I get around a lot of people in a friendly thing, I see how unfriendly I can appear. And it's just off-putting sometimes how I behave. But I'm just doing the very best I can. It's really hard for me to be in a really big group. It's just overwhelming. And I don't even have words for it. It's just overwhelming. But if I can get people one-on-one, then I'm okay. Then I feel better, happier. So that's what's going on. I don't even know if it's publishable, but I think that given I was going to do an energetic thingy do, and I think what I will do is let you know that I'd like to kind of go there in future, because I trust my information, and I mean, it's just like, I don't know, a week and a half ago, I said, I can already feel the speech being turned down. And then sure enough, look at what happened. Something, yeah, and I've said, I did my training. I've practiced. I can tell. I can tell which way the wind is blowing. Still couldn't quite wrap around the idea that Trump was going to be president. Did not predict that, and that's purely because it's unthinkable what we have chosen, this ropes course. And it's going to be really, I think, very appropriate for everyone to stand in their own responsibility and say, yeah, I will accept. I mean, I think how we behave is pretty much is that. Like, I'll accept this behavior, I won't accept this behavior. And there's just stuff that, when it is presented, I will just say, oh, hell no. Oh, no. This is the old stuff. And that's what's been happening. And as a result, I just have this cotton ball life. It's cushy and sweet. And the only real strains of melancholy are from, oh, I just wish I had more of this, more people, more sweetness, more support, more sweet people. But I don't really have any fear about, I'm not going to meet them or anything. They have assured me that, I'm presented with who needs to be presented to me. But I need to set the tone. It's my responsibility to set the energetic tone. And they've shown me this time and time again, but I've never applied it to my thoughts, only to my energetic environment. Yeah. No, I have an obligation to myself to be clear about who and what graces my stage. And it's past time to own this and to stop feeling guilty for it. I don't like people who make me feel like shit and who are abusive verbally, emotionally, physically, sexually, financially. And I get to decide what abusive means. And anymore, it's not just, karmic wranglings with somebody that you're trying to figure out. I'm talking bigger. Much bigger. But I get to decide now. And if the lines that are being said are not part of the story, then there's a reminder. Maybe 2, maybe 3, but then there's the exit. This is my play. This is our time. And I think that the people who are around me, who are either awakening or are awake, would prefer it if I were pure and taking responsibility for that purity. Acknowledging it, owning it, being proud of it, and then tending to it. And not being disappointed if someone doesn't want to come along for the ride. Fine. I don't want you to come along if you don't want to. So, bye. See ya. As easy as that. At this point. Truly the time of no more fence sitting. Everyone gets to show themselves. And those who need work are going to be tended to by those who have remained pure and know what they're doing, because they've done this a time or two. And you are looking at one of those. So I'm not playing in the mud anymore. And I feel a lot better because of it. And I encourage people who resonate with me to consider what I'm saying. I've always been wide open. Yes, 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 yes. Feeling it my obligation to assist, to transmute, to guide, instruct, called to situations that required my kind of assistance. But that was when things were really dark, and I have choices to make. And I know what my physical body does when I am in that kind of energy. And it has taken a tremendous toll. And I've come out of the eye of the needle wonderfully well. But now it's time to take care of myself and petition healers because I need help in just soothing this energy, but then I can see it expanding. There's a tweak or two, but then there's physically that you can see the light. There's so much more that's going to come in. So I need to get tweaked. So that's what I'm aware of at this point. And I'm really, really okay with just being more and more this. Knowing that I'm in a circle, and in the circle, I'm very supported, and I get to decide, I get to discern, as we all do. Those who resonate with this totalitarian fascism, they're I can assure you, their DNA is functioning at a slow rate. The amperage is low. And they're just not very bright. And what has been the admonition? What do light workers do best? We introduce light. And this is very, very, very rigid. It's very thick darkness. It's very unreasonable. And God, it's right in our faces. It's going to require us teaming up, linking up. It's going to require it. That's why I think that synchronized event is important. It's energetically, it's getting to be time. And that's fine. There are a few of us who can do that. Quite a few. Quite a few. Yeah. That's this next part. So do I have an obligation to humanity to be respectful and responsible for my energetic space and who I let in? Yeah. Do I want to spend my time dealing with somebody who's got huge karmic issues and just like a lot of darkness? And no, it's time for you to deal with that. It's time for everybody to deal with their darkness. It's time for everybody to deal with themselves. And in that space, love blossoms. But, yeah. It's not my responsibility anymore. My responsibility is to me and this energy. And my purity. And my happiness. My joy. My humor. And maybe this is just a little energetic vacation, but I'd prefer it be a commitment to self. The only way I can do this work is if I'm in my core and centered. The only way that I can bring someone who is out of control back home is if I'm centered. If I know that's just a fever dream. It's not real. That's the only way this next part's going to work. But that means in my reality, in my daily life, if I feel like I have to apologize to you, and there's not a money exchange going on, but I have to apologize to you for my beingness, you won't be sharing my ride. And if I look at you and all I can feel is the wheels spinning and orange-red energy and, just intense stuff going on. Good. Bravo. We can play. But those who will be sitting next to me on my couch, those who lie next to me, I require purity, light, completion. And it can be in the most beautiful disarray. Don't worry about a thing, baby. I can see it. I can feel it. Manage yourself. Be responsible for your reality, your feelings, your expression, your desires. Show some respect. So, I'm going to take my own advice too. The stage is cleared right now. It's really very beautiful. It would be wrong to even have one prop on that stage right now. It's bare. The only thing on it is light and attention. Interesting times these. No more wondering if I'm legitimate because I'm not neck deep in fear. Yeah, I'm legit. I would like very much to be publishing some energetic updates, because I think it's really fun to watch my body and watch myself as I, talk about what I see and feel. But this included some of it, and I think that's something that's very helpful and beautiful. I really enjoy it. So yeah, it's getting late, and I gotta get going, and I'm really glad at this time. It's funny how I have these spasms. Oh, I'm not going to do this ever again. And then I hit it really hard. All right, whatever. But I really do feel like this is a final setting of something really, really big. Really big, guys. We'll see. All right. It's Thursday. Have a happy one. Namaste.